So now this IED, I mean, our assessment is that this bomb has been delivered through a drone from across the border. And kal ek sarpanch san ek pind de, there was a sarpanch who called up that there was some drone movement last night. Some sounds were heard on the, yesterday was 8th, the 7 tarik di 7 or 8 di darmiyani raat, there was some sounds which were heard, and there was some sound of a drone, and then it was also reported that there was a little thud, koi thodi kisi cheez di giran di आवाज आई. ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਡਰੋਨ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ after delivery of the consignment. Then a search operation was mounted in a couple of villages of the area, Bachchiwind, Sohra, Dalake. ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੁਝ ਇਨਪੁਟ ਆਈ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ bag, suspicious bag ਪਿਆ. Then there was another call, some inputs were received. So there was a bog which had foam packing. It was like heavily, we will show you some photographs which will show that it was in ਜਿਹੜੇ foam ਦੇ packing ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਫੀ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ. And from that bag, once it was recovered, there were pouches in 7 foam pouches numbered 1 to 7. So when it was opened, there was one Tiffin box, as I mentioned. There were 5 hand grenades, and there were 100 rounds of 9mm pistol. So we have called the NSG team. We have called the NSG team, which is presently looking into that. So this IED was jada Tiffin box siga, onu it was properly kept in safe custody by digging a pit and all that, because we suspected कि it could go off. So ਉਹਨੂੰ properly secure ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ. Then we got in touch with the NSG, sent them a requisition. So National Security Guard team has arrived late last night, early morning they came, and they have started their work. And so they have given us a preliminary report about the IED. So what they have told us is that this IED ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ bomb ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਬੜਾ it's sophisticated bomb ਹੈ. ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2-3 about 2-3 kgs of RDX has been this is what their preliminary assessment has shown, that it has about 2-3 kgs of RDX explosive, and this is confirmed. And there are initiating mechanisms ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ bomb ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, and there are 3 types of initiating mechanisms. So it has a switch mechanism. It has a switch mechanism कि ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜੇ switch ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ on off type ਕਰਕੇ, and probably by if you want a timed explosion or some kind of a time bomb kind of a thing. So there's a relay mechanism, and then there is also so relay mechanism puri hai, and then there is a spring also. There's a spring mechanism also. So with once that spring is released, again the bomb can go off. And the third is a magnetic mechanism. So there are 2 magnets, and we'll show you some photographs of those 2 magnets also. So if the box is tilted, je box nu kuch mishandling hoegi, onu tilt karonge, so those magnets will there are 2 U-shaped magnets, and they will get connected, and the circuit will get completed, and that bomb Tiffin bomb will go off. So there's a printed circuit board also. एक printed circuit board PCB भी ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ box 'ਚ ਮਿਲਿਆ, which can be used as a receiver. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ remotely ਉਹਨੂੰ activate ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਏ bomb ਨੂੰ, so for remote activation of the IED, I mean you can by a command mechanism, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ phone ਦੇ through ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ. So there is a sender and a receiver if you want to send a signal. So 3 detonators have been found in the 3 detonators we ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. There is a power source. There is this Energizer company, and this is so there are 2 9-volt Energizer brand cells which has been recovered. This is for the power source. So all these components have been assembled very meticulously with proper packing, etc. So the assessment it's a very highly sophisticated IED bomb, and with all the initiating mechanisms, and it has been assembled by a specialist, by a trained qualified team, and So this was to be used maybe for a high value target. It could have been any target. We don't know about the targets where this thing. So this is what we have known. So this is a very sinister development. This is a very, very sinister development. As you are aware, a lot of terrorist hardware, lot of pistols, lot of hand grenades have been coming over the last, you can say, since last 5 years. The present phase of revival of terrorism, it started with the Fidayeen attack on Deenanagar police station in June of 2015. Then we had an attack on Pathankot air base, and then we had targeted killings in 2016 and also 17, as you are aware. After that, a lot of modules have been busted from time to time, and recoveries, huge recoveries of weapons, pistols, revolvers, AK-47s, MP9 rifles, guns, etc. have been made. Explosives, detonators, all this has been coming. And we have seen that in the recent past, maybe over the last 2 months, 3 months, there has been increased activity from across the border. There's a lot of pressure on outfits and anti-national elements, militant elements, operating in Punjab, operating in India, pressure on them from across the border to carry out some terrorist actions. There's a lot of pressure to do something before Independence Day, this 15th August. वो भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा pressure notice आया है. So lot of such activity has come to notice of in Punjab, of the Punjab Police, also of the central organizations, central agencies which are involved in this counter-terrorism effort. So all this is going on, and so this is very sinister. These are all very worrisome developments, and so there are large quantities of weapons which are available and which are being. So through you today, I also want to request you, and that we want to make the public aware of this possibility. You know, since the IED has been housed, it has been fabricated in a children's Tiffin box. It means that, you know, that they want to even target innocent people, innocent children. It's a very attractive kind of a box. ऊपर एक photo बनी हुई है of a scooter and all that kind of. It's a very attractive kind of a box which children would take to school, etc. So it's a double-decker kind of a lunch box with a very intricate mechanism. So it's a very, very serious development, and so we need to it can be kept anywhere. You know, nobody will suspect this kind of a box, and it can be kept anywhere. We don't know how many of such boxes have come in. We have fortunately recovered this last evening, and it was my duty to, so I brought it to notice of the Honorable Chief Minister of Punjab, and he asked me that we must make the people aware of such a development, so that people become aware and they are alert, and so that is why we are sharing this information. We want to, through you, we want you to take this forward, and all these photographs, we'll also be releasing some photographs, etc. And so idea is to so that if there is any such thing, any suspicious object, any unclaimed object, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨ 112 ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ 181 ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਐਮਰਜੈਂਸੀ ਨੰਬਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. And so we are on the job, we are on high alert. ਸਾਡੇ ਹੁਣ ਅੱਜ 9 ਤਰੀਕ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ, 15 ਅਗਸਤ, just 1 week left. So there are efforts and on part of ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਆ. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਖਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਸੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ.